Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the 2006 Japanese video game Rule of Rose. The game was produced by Atlus Co., a famous Japanese company, and Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game is a survival horror, and for a TV adaptation, I would suggest to make it a surrealist and or psychological horror. I thought about a limited series targeting mostly millennials. I know it can be strong critical success, so of course I would strongly recommend an adaptation. The story is set in 1930s England, where the traumatized Jennifer attempts to survive in an orphanage ruled by wicked forces and a group of sadistic girls known as the Crayon Aristocrats. Now, it's important to know that Jennifer's subconscious is the unreliable narrator of the story, which means that we experience Jennifer's memories through her dreams, showing us a nightmarish world. Not everything is crystal clear or explored. That being said, the good ending shows us the actual account of everything that happened. So we have options. We can go for a surrealist and dreamlike vibe or opt for a psychological approach. We have the flexibility to reveal as much or as little as we like. So we start with the story. 1930s England. Jennifer meets a mysterious boy on a bus. His name is Joshua, and he begs her to read a story, but the pages are all blank. He then goes to the orphanage and she follows him, but she runs into children with paper bags over their heads doing a strange ritual. Said ritual happens to be a funeral, and these girls push Jennifer into an empty coffin and then brings her into an empty room. Here, Joshua tells her that she has to give a monthly gift to the Red Crayon Aristocrats, otherwise, she will get killed. So, while trying to give the monthly gift of a beautiful butterfly to the girls, Jennifer encounters rude kids, evil spirits of the unconscious dark mind, and a dog named Brown that will never leave her side. However, she fails, so she will be punished cruelly with a rat on her face. So the orphanage is ruled by a made-up hierarchy, and these are the aristocrats: Eleanor, Diana, Wendy, Meg, and Amanda. Eleanor is quiet and introvert. Diana is narcissistic and seductive. Wendy is the only gentle one, but she's always ill and never round. Meg is sadistic, and Amanda was the lower tier before Jennifer arrived, and she's actually very jealous of her beauty. So the game is divided in chapters or episodes in our case, and they will unfold each character's background and psyche, along with Jennifer's backstory, of course. So I made a list of a few chapter, most of them actually, but I think the most interesting one, the most compelling one, is the unmarried mermaid, where we find out that the president, Mr. Hoffman, actually and frequently abuses some of the girls, especially one named Clara, which hurts herself in the process because of that. We then found out that Jennifer used to live in before the orphanage used to live in the house of Gregory Wilson, which, however, calls her Joshua, and she has met Wendy there, and Wendy actually set her free from Gregory. They bond, they became friends, and Wendy actually gets jealous um, of Brown. So she's revealed to be the actual queen of the aristocrats, and she decides to order the girls to kill Brown. And this is where the most beautiful scene comes, in my opinion, when Jennifer, after witnessing her dog brutally beaten and killed, snaps and decides to actually beat the hell out of Wendy and to insult the aristocrats. Here is when it's revealed that she was not 19 years old when all of this happened. She was actually 10 years old. It's a very dramatic scene, and it's really the center of the whole story. She gets the respect of the aristocrats, but at the same time, Wendy wants her revenge. She dresses up as Joshua and drives Gregory into madness, making him kill everyone inside the orphanage, including himself, and except for Jennifer, of course. Then the last scene is Jennifer remembering Brown as a puppy and promising him to cherish her memories while closing the door, saying goodbye definitely to him. So, what's the real story behind Jennifer? It's pretty much the same. She was an orphan because her parents died doing an airship trip, and she got adopted by Gregory Wilson, who, however, was mourning his deceased son Joshua and tried to replace him with Jennifer. However, Wendy discovers Jennifer, and everything from there is pretty much the same. So this is the I will talk about the strongest weaknesses first because it might be a significant one, which is the controversial reputation of the game. In fact, due to themes like child violence and sexuality, the game got banned or censored, especially in Europe. Now, nowadays, we know it was a bit of an overreaction, but Rule of Rose is still considered one of the most controversial and underrated games of the millennial. Plus, in 2005, 2006, people weren't exactly ready for even lesbian children. And now, here I show you pictures of movies where children are evil and we explore the dark side of childhood without said movies being cancelled. We can, however, just not show the romantic relationship between Wendy and Jennifer, or we can just make every girl older. Which brings us to the following problem with the rule of rose, which is Jennifer's age. It is not plausible for a live action that a 19 years old is bullied by literal children. It's quite comical, and I think we should adjust that. That being said, I cannot stress enough the strengths of the story. The game explores contemporary themes like trauma, obsession, abuse, manipulation, bullying, feminine rage, and child cruelty. The characters are constantly put to tests. The conflict is always there, both internally and externally. And the world is absurd but plausible. The art direction and the character design have received praise for the charismatic yet haunting style, which is distinct and easily recognizable. The soundtrack, in particular, strongly resonates with the fan, often featuring violins and piano. Even today, fans continue to discuss it, 2021, 2023, sharing articles and video essays while talking about it. I give you some comparables or references: Mulholland Drive, Boys Afraid, Mothers, but also TV series such as Yellow Jackets, Hill House, and Sharp Objects. And I'm not going to talk about a cast, but we can talk about talents being involved, such as Ari Aster, Darren Aronofsky, David Lynch, but also names like Mike Flanagan, Gillian Flynn, and Ashley Lyle could work. Here are some production companies that might be interested in the project, and naturally, A24 is the top contender. Rule of Rose falls right into their wheelhouse, offering just enough unique elements to be a fresh experiment for them. However, I didn't overlook other studios that might be interested. And finally, it's worth noticing the current trend of successful video game adaptation raking in huge numbers at the box office. By smoothing out a few rough edges, Rule of Rose could be our ticket to dive into this promising market. And at the same time, it offers a chance to stand out from the other projects by delivering something more authorial. And that is all. Thank you for your time.